Yeah, man.
We all online too, or is it too early for the internet yet?
Online was the Wild West. Online was bootlegs. There was MIRC. There was Instant Messenger, MSN, and then there was like all the Napsters and the LimeWires. So people were just filling up their computers with bootlegs. It was that era. Um, I remember there was a couple dudes who knew a couple things that I didn't know. I don't know if you know IRC, like that old school chat.
So I know what it is, but like I come into it like right after it stops being cool and MSN Messenger's the shit.
So I no, I'm not talking about ICQ. I'm talking about IRC,
Oh,
MIRC.
what's
This is a
MIRC?
program that's like
Maybe I
it's
don't know what
DOS
you're
prompt.
talking about.
It's CD space. You're typing in DOS, but you're looking at people's directories. It's file sharing before file sharing. How about that? Where
I
you can go into people's computers and pick what you want and then just download it off their computer, and
yeah,
they're giving you free access to it.
okay,
So
I can
I remember there was
contextualize
stuff.
that.
I remember there was stuff that was circulating that like you couldn't even find today. Like there was Makaveli 5, 6, 7, all the way through 15, and like these are unreleased Tupac albums that never saw the light of day that exist to this day. Um, so there was this guy named Bilal, and Bilal was Sikh, and he was recruiting me to come to the mosque. I'm getting off subject here,
Nah, you're
but
fine. This is what the show is.
he wanted me to come to the mosque, and I wanted access to these downloads of like these Tupac albums. So we kind of traded off once, where like he solicited like his religion, and I solicited what I needed, and we both got what we wanted. I ended up going to the mosque with him, and I ended up getting about 15 Tupac albums out of the deal. And I wore a Sikh bracelet for a while in high school just to represent like the team
Mm.
on like some like these are my homies. But Bilal had access to things that nobody should have access to, like these unreleased albums that probably still exist that no one has. And I remember going to the mosque in exchange for Tupac albums. It's a pretty wild one.
Yo, that's serious though, cause like I read this book about that bootlegging era and how they would get stuff and this crazy like one of the distribution centers like where the discs actually got created was this whole operation of leaking that went on for a minute before it finally got busted and they kept saying IRSC. I think that's where I heard the term and you just like added a lot of context there. But yeah, there's this you just said you listened to a bunch of Pac that literally none of us are ever gonna hear and you
Mm-hmm.
don't have access to today.
There was about 15 Makaveli albums of like unreleased, unfinished songs, maybe 10. It was stupid. It was ridiculous how much unreleased music was available at that time, and stuff that would come out prior to the release date too. So like, if you had access to certain people's computers at that time, you're getting albums weeks, if not months, before they drop. No track lists. You make up your own song names and you write them on the back of like a piece of paper. And it's someone who stole it out of the studio
Yo,
and
that's
started
like,
spreading it.
I mean, effectively, that's like, yo, I wonder how many people even know about all these. Well, I mean, in particular, the Pac albums. Like, we all know he recorded a bunch of stuff, but like, I wonder how many people know about this shit, or even, like, I know there's some documentation on the like leaking early copies, but I never really considered lost music. Like, how much music just exists that's out there that nobody's gonna hear.
Hundreds of songs,
I guess
hundreds.
that's serious though. Yo, what's
Yeah.
up, Golden Jenny? Um, Wow, man, you really this is cool. I like this because it's like this is how like the '90s and early 2000s was, right? Like this is effectively a huge time capsule into an actual way that people in the know would acquire music. Like I'm sure DJs would be looking for these people. I'm sure lots of people would be like, I mean, if they were in the know. Like, I'm just trying to imagine here. I'm not always right,
Mm-hmm.
but like man, that's cool because that's how the internet starts before it evolves into the Napster situation and then everything else that comes
This is
after it.
this is before Napster, and during Napster, when people were on Napster searching actual songs or albums, we people were still on IRC, uh, using that CD space and then dir slash and just going through these archives of people's computers with albums and albums and albums, and then you just pick the one you want, and download it direct from their computer. It was wild,
Yeah,
way above like before its time.
that's super cool. I'm still like reveling in how much music. Like, do you remember any of this Pac shit, or is it like some shit that's lost to your memory of time?
a lot of it was unfinished. A lot of it was under the name Makaveli or Machiavelli, whatever he went under. But I think it was recorded during that time frame where he was fresh out of jail and just recording every single day, all day, every day. I like, there's only like a 3 or 4 year span, right? Like from when he got out of jail to when he died. So it had to have been during that time.
Right.
It's only during a small, like
But
3, 4 year span.
that's still so many albums.